Hi everyone, Pete back again with another tyre review. This time it is the Mitas Rockrider MC23 and they're currently fitted to my Voge 300 Rally. Now, if you're here and you're anything like me, and you really should aspire to be because I'm quite a guy, you've come here because you're interested in these particular tyres, or you have this bike and you're also interested in these tyres as maybe your next pair. Now, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I am going to tell you what to do, and that is, don't make the same mistake as me. Unless your front door of your house or your garage, wherever you keep the bike, is right on a green lane that you plan to do a lot of off-road on, try and steer away from buying the Michelin Trackers. I know a lot of people with this bike have bought them, they've put them on, they've given the review that they're really great off-road, and they are. They're a great tyre. But they're only a great tyre when you get to the trails. Getting to the trails, it's a different kettle of fish. Now, my front door doesn't open up onto green lanes. However, I am a short ride away from the green lanes. And even that short ride to the green lanes started to annoy me because it's a laborious, soul-destroying ride to get to the lanes on a Michelin Tracker. Like I said, great tyre off-road, lots of grip, probably covers up a lot of mistakes that us newbies end up making. Great tyre. But they do not like corners. They detest corners. They don't feel good in corners. So yeah, I overcorrected, possibly got rid of the original tyres from this bike a little too early and went straight to the Michelin Trackers. Then, having spent a little bit of time with the bike, I realised I would like to enjoy this partly on the road as well. So what's out there? What's out there that's within my capabilities? Now, I'm not saying these Mitas Rockriders are performance enhancing tyres. They're probably not. I wouldn't know because I'm a noob. But they're great. I air these down to, what was it now? 23 at the front and 21 at the back. Why odd numbers? Because I feel like odd numbers get a bad press and people like to be even all the time. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to give the odd numbers a bit of a break. So yeah, 21 at the back and 23 at the front. And that's purely down to the kind of lanes I'm riding, especially in the summer months like this. As you'll see in some of the footage, it's hard packed, dry dirt with gravel. In some cases I've taken myself up really steep stair climbs. And at those kind of pressures, under those circumstances, with my body weight and the weight of this bike, those pressures did really, really well. My main reason, and I'm bypassing the elements of my review here because I'm getting too excited, but one of the reasons, or one of the big reasons that I went for the Mitas Rockrider over some of the alternatives was this knobble pattern. As you can see, we are starting to veer away from, slightly away from, the small segregated knobbles of a proper off-road tyre, and we're starting to see, especially down the centre part here, larger knobbles. These are what I think leads to a better feeling. The larger surface area, that is, leads to a better feeling when you're riding on the road. And it's a firm tyre as well, so it feels much better than the Michelin Trackers did in the corners. And it's just generally a very good tyre. There's no hiding it from you. This is, if you read any reviews or any blurb on any of the sites that are selling this tyre, This is a 40% on-road tyre, 60% off-road. Whereas the Michelin Trackers, from recollection, don't quote me on this, tell me in the comments if you want, are a 90% off-road, 10% on-road tyre. So yeah, if you want any sort of road enjoyment between lanes, I'd stay away from Michelin Trackers or any equivalent to them, and get something that will give you nice handling, or at least neutral handling on the roads, but when you get to these trails and you air down a little bit, they'll give you as much grip as you need. They will give you enough grips. And here's another thing, if you're riding a Voge 300 rally, you're not an enduro king. And if you are an enduro king, why are you riding a Voge 300 rally? Why are you not on a Beta, a Sherco, a KTM or Husqvarna or something like that? I'm pitching this hopefully at the right audience, and I'm assuming that if you're an owner of this bike and you're looking at tyres to do a little bit more off-road than the stock Timson tyres would give you, I think these are a viable alternative. I really do. I really do. And like I say, they'll get you places on the road as well. Yeah, have a little close-up look. As I say, those knobbles in the centre line are starting to get into the sort of double size knobbles, and that surface area really translates to the road. I find these much better than the Michelins on the road. And yeah, great purchase. Don't know what they're like longevity wise. I've only got maybe 100 or 200 miles on them. But yeah. And to top it all off, they're a bloody attractive tyre. Don't you just want to have sex with that? I know I do.